Hello, folks. How are you? Extremely delighted to talk to you again on another very, very interesting and contemporary topic, if I can say so. I urge you to watch the video to the end and probably give me your feedback as to what you think about it. Blue Ocean Talent, are you one? Is what the topic is going to talk today. I know today we are in a very, very uncertain times. All of us know that there's a lot of uncertainty in the workspace, primarily due to the impact of technology. We're talking about job losses, unexpected job losses, pink slips raining time and again, and almost every year at some part of the year we are all forced to look at factors which really impact our jobs or the jobs of our near and dear. If we are not someone who's getting the pink slip, somebody who's near and dear to us, some of our friends, relatives, peers are getting the pink slip, and this necessarily means there's been a lot of uncertainty around, unlike earlier where probably our elders and even our seniors had jobs for the rest of their life. Somebody who joined as a management trainee essentially retires in the same company. That was the culture earlier. But today, believe me, that culture is dead and gone. All of us essentially are looking at very, very short stints. And like, for example, I keep talking about in my other videos, even stability, when I say career stability or job stability is nothing but staying in a particular job for about 3 to 5 years. That is excellent. So that is the kind of benchmarks, and these benchmarks have drastically changed. So in this very, very different scenario where the talent scenario or the talent landscape is also changed and the working landscapes is changed, how is it that you can stay contemporary, and how is it you can survive forever in the job market or the career market is a question we all face. The single answer which I have for that is, are you a blue ocean talent? So what do I mean by blue ocean? I think blue ocean is a concept some of us may be very, very familiar. It came across in the corporate landscape where companies have to do very, very different things to survive or to probably have a different market share or a large market share. Essentially, companies which are very, very generic, which have generic products and which have very large competition, multiple companies competing in them, and so they just look at a small pie of the market space. These companies are called as red ocean companies, and then this concept of blue ocean came in, where a company comes across with a very, very revolutionary product or a service, or a service with a very, very low cost, or a product which is extremely low cost compared to others. Like, for example, call it Amazonification of a product. What normally Amazon does in all countries is, if they go to a particular product category and if they see that there is a good sales in that particular category, they really launch their own products at ultra cheap rates, so that those products become a huge category within Amazon, giving profits for them, and they really knock off the third party stocks from their side. This is also the business model of Reliance is a group in India, where Reliance really gets into a particular business space only if they have a critical mass of 2,000 or 3,000 crore business. After competitors set up such large businesses, what Reliance does is only replicates that by scale, so that they can probably really kill all the competition in that space. So this is how business is evolving over time, and these kind of tactics are called as blue ocean tactics, where companies look for very, very different markets or very, very different categories or very, very different pricing techniques, so that they can really knock off entire competition, or rather create new markets which have until now not been there. If I have to give you another example, urban company as an app is, or urban company as an app is a huge example, where nobody foresaw that such a market existed for aggregated of very, very miscellaneous services. So they went ahead, aggregated their services, and created a completely new market space in a very, very generic space. You have plumbers, electricians, and people like that who are very, very low skilled, but taking their services to the doorstep is what a revolution was, and that kind of a new market really gave a huge edge, not just to urban company as an app or a company, but even to those service providers in that app. So this is what today's marketplace is all about. It is all about what is a blue ocean. So as a talent, as an individual, are you a blue ocean talent is the biggest question which will be asked in the coming days and years. If you are someone who has got a very, very remarkable talent, very unique talent, very, very deep knowledge in a particular space, like they always say that you need to have 10,000 hours of knowledge to become an expert or to be called an expert in a particular domain. Imagine 10,000 hours in any particular space is almost anything like, I think, 15 years of normal work or 15 years of sheer hard work. So it is going to take that long an investment to become an expert in that particular space. So if you are not in that if you're not that kind of an expert in any particular place, then you need to probably have skills which nobody else has. What I call as, constantly I call them as irreplaceable skills or reproducible skills. Nobody else in a company or nobody else in a functional area within your company has those skills. So either you have expertise in a particular area, like for example, you are one of the top, if you are a tech guy or a tech geek, you are the best coder in the company. If you are a manufacturing expert, you are the best guy in robotics in today's scenario in that particular company, or even across multiple companies. If you are a salesman, you are probably the top salesman across 10 best companies or 10 blue chip companies in the market space. Or you are a very different skills. For example, telecom, there is something called the concept of revenue assurance, where only very few people across the country have their expertise in terms of costing and service telecom pricing and stuff like that. So like that, in every industry there is a very unique niche. Only very few people are skilled in that niche. So either you have to be one of those niche experts, or you need to have tremendous amount of expertise in that particular domain. Like for example, if you take a recruitment, which all of us go and meet recruiters when you require jobs, all of us go and meet headhunters if you require jobs. So in recruitment today, it is an age of specialized recruitment. Guys who specialize only in Java recruitment, guys who specialize only in mobile technology recruitment, guys who are masters of telecom recruitment, like the headhunters who only give CXOs for companies which are over 5,000 crores turnover. So this is how the market is changing. This is how the market is evolving, not only just in India, not only in the Asia Pacific region, but across the globe. So if you need to really survive and stand out in the cluttered market space and cluttered job market, the only way is to become a blue ocean talent. I know it is a very extremely different topic, and you require to do a lot of research to understand yourself as to how you can become a blue ocean talent in your particular space, but it is distinctly possible. All you need to do is, beginning now, spend a few weeks in terms of identifying where you are in a career today, where the future lies, and what kind of changes are impacting your particular space, and then really see and do something about what you are, where you want to be in about 5 to 10 years from now, things like that. The age of plain vanilla skills is wrong. If you think that the age of plain vanilla skills is gone forever. If you think that you can just float around for the next 20-25 years with your just mundane skills in any functional area, believe me, that is not going to happen, because those are the kind of skills which are very vulnerable in the job market today. Probably, I mean, just to quote an example, the advent of artificial intelligence and machine learning in the technology space has almost meant that I think there are people who are foreseeing coding will almost become a redundant as a job in the next 10 years or so across the world, mainly because the generic codes or simple codes for software are going to be written by artificial intelligence and machine learning programs, and all these corporates who are your clients now have essentially started investing in those kind of making capital investments in terms of artificial intelligence and machine learning tools. So rather than hire a Infosys, hire a Wipro, or hire a generic programming company to do their software, they will hire probably an expert in artificial intelligence and machine learning and run the entire thing internally using the necessary tools. So that is where the market space is growing. Like for example, car production or automobile production is going to be fully automated. Like if there are about 100 people on a shop floor today, believe me, in about 5 to 10 years from now, there will only be 10 people in that particular space. So 1/10 of the workforce across any job or any functional area is going to cut. And who are these 10 people or 5 people who are going to be the shop floor? Who are these 10 people or 5 people who will remain in companies like Infosys, Wipro, or product development companies or mobile companies? These 10 people are people who have irreplaceable skills. These 10 people are those people who I would say have blue ocean talent, and this kind of blue ocean talent is the only way you can stay afloat and survive in the job market, not just in India but internationally. So hence you need to start working on what your blue ocean talent is. It is never too late in life. You might be in your early career, you might be in your mid career, or you might be in your late career. Wherever you are, you have to work hard for the next 1 or 2 years. Identify your skills and competencies. If you have extreme depth of domain expertise in a particular skill or competency, keep honing that and ensure that you position yourself as a domain expert in that particular space. If you don't have deep skills, essentially you need to develop competencies which are going to be very tough to reproduce by someone else or replace by someone else, which is the only way you you'll remain stable in the job market, which is the only way you'll be a sought after talent in the market. This kind of a talent, I'm saying the blue ocean kind of a talent, is going to be very, very sought after, not by just one company, but by multiple companies. And what I call as is red ocean talent is going to be the redundant talent. It will be the most vulnerable talent, and believe me, the pink slips will come first to all of these red ocean people or red ocean talent in across all companies, not in India but across the world. It is happening all over the world. Even in India, for example, a lot of these companies where there are people who don't have any very smart skills, who don't have unique skills, are getting thrown out of the job. It is just the beginning of the trend, but this trend will become a huge wave in the next about 5 years or 10 years time. The problem is most of thousands and thousands of such people are really good, are really skilled, are well educated, but the problem is their skills are very, very generic. Their skills are easy to find. There is somebody else who wants to come for the same role and lesser compensation. There is someone else who is willing to do a same job for 1/3 of what your present compensation is. And even worse, there are a bunch of freelancers out there who can do the same job, just staying off role and probably get paid by the hour without any annuated benefits like PF, ESI, office costs and stuff like that. So the work landscape or the work environment, corporate landscape is dramatically changing across the world. It is in our own interest that we understand what is happening in our respective spaces. I am necessarily not a domain expertise across technology, non-technology and other multiple industries and things like that, but you in your own space would have abundant knowledge. You have peers who can speak to, you have leaders who can speak to. You probably can connect with people on social media like LinkedIn and other platforms and understand what the trends are and learn from them as to how you can refine your career, how you can refine your curriculum vitae, how you can be better position yourselves based on what skill sets you have, and in case you lack any skills which are very, very needed to grow in the career now, acquire those skills by investing in courses and stuff like that, and then stay afloat. When I say stay afloat itself is a very, very huge challenge today. It is not very easy to stay afloat, because when I say stay afloat, you are essentially going to remain in your job without being vulnerable for a pink slip whenever there is a external impact or external environment change happening and affecting your company's bottom line and top line. So remember, I've just brushed about the topic in a very, very general way, but you really can do a lot of research and understand what you should do. You know what your talent is, you know what your depth of talent is, you know what your width of talent is, and you probably have some irreplaceable skills. If you don't, you need to work on what irreplaceable skills you can acquire. Otherwise, start working very hard on acquiring the depth of expertise in a particular area and be in the top 5 or top 10 in a particular space. That is the only way you'll probably have a wonderful career ahead. That is also the only way you can bring down uncertainties in your career ahead, and in that keep yourselves immune to job changes, job losses, salary cuts, and worse, have a very, very cascade which will the issues which will have a cascading effect on your personal life also. End of the day, we all work for money, and the moment such environmental changes happen and we are not really immune to that, what really takes a bad hit is our bank balance, which will directly impact our family and lifestyle. So in our own interest, it is really necessary to really seriously think about what's happening around us in a talent landscape, work environment, and see how well we can position ourselves and change ourselves as blue ocean talent. Wish you all the best in your career ahead. Please do watch multiple videos on blue ocean talent or blue ocean markets so that you can understand the concept better. I thank you for your time, but I'm sure whatever I told you have made a lot of sense to you. Please leave your comments as to what you felt about this video. I'll come across and meet you soon with another topic, exciting topic, which will be beneficial for you. So have a wonderful year ahead, and I wish you become a blue ocean talent or blue ocean talent very soon. Thanks a lot.